Hare Krishna. In the 15th century, a saint from Mayapur in West Bengal, India, revitalized the Bhakti Yoga tradition by introducing a movement of spiritual ecstasy that swept across the land. Much later, under the guidance of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada, the Sankirtana movement grew to become the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, or ISKCON as it is popularly known today, sweeping throughout the world with the pressing request to chant and be happy. Today, Sunday Sadhana examines the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, their history, their works, and their teachings, and most notably their chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
The ancient tradition of chanting, an oral tradition threading through time from even before the written word, knitting together a colorful tapestry of oneness from a myriad of sects and forming the fabric of the entire faith system termed Hindu. In time, the sounds of the chants crystallized into scripture. First, the Vedas, then, according to its time and place in history, the Puranas, then the epics of the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. Both these epics are said to have recorded the times when the divine appeared on earth in a physical form as avatars, Lord Rama from the Ramayana and Lord Krishna in the Mahabharata. In the passage of time, as the lofty philosophical truths propounded in the Vedas became more and more difficult to grasp, the latter texts became more popular. Here, God was more tangible, more identifiable, with attributes that could be understood. With the concept of avatar, God could now be loved and worshipped in a personal way. Many followers of the Hindu religion, or Sanatana Dharma, believe that the most succinct summary of the overwhelming Veda is to be found in the Bhagavad Gita, literally meaning the Song of the Lord. The Gita, as it is called, is a revered part of the Mahabharata and is the main religious text of the sect of Hindus called Vaishnavas. Vaishnavites can be identified by longitudinal markings on their foreheads, forming a V shape that symbolize the feet of Vishnu, as opposed to the horizontal stripes of the Shaivite sect that worship Shiva. Vaishnava beliefs include monotheism, reincarnation, samsara, karma, and various yoga systems of Hinduism, but with a particular emphasis on devotion or bhakti. Bhakti refers to the love for a form of God, often including singing, meditation upon his form, chanting, and performing deity worship or puja.
Fruits and vegetables for exporting. The first necessity is that you should be self-sufficient. That is God's arrangement. Everywhere.
Born to this Vaishnavite tradition on September the 1st, 1896, the day after Krishna Janmashtami, in a humble house in the Toliganj suburb of Kolkata, West Bengal, Abhay Charan Dey became the founder of one of Hinduism's youngest, most prolific international organizations in the world today, the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, or ISKCON, as it became more popularly known. Influenced by his father, Abhay Charan lived a Vaishnava lifestyle, worshipping deities, observing festivals, particularly the Ratha Yatra, learning bhajans and playing mridanga. He attended a British school, the reputed Scottish Church College near his family home, where he was a member of the English Society, as well as that of the Sanskrit Society, ideally suited to his life's mission later on. When Abhay Charan first met his spiritual master, Saraswati Thakura, he was requested to spread the message of the 16th century West Bengal saint Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the English language. In response to this, albeit after many years, he started the publication called Back to Godhead, for which he acted as designer, publisher, editor, copy editor, and distributor. Before Saraswati Thakura passed on, he desired for Abhay to take on the task to preach to Western nations about the message of Krishna consciousness. Noticing how the message of the Bhagavad Gita was being distorted and misinterpreted, Abhay wrote Bhagavad Gita as it is, presenting a commentary of the Gita as to how Lord Krishna spoke it and how Arjuna understood it. In 1959, Srila Keshva Maharaj from the Gaudiya Vaishnava Society initiated Abhay into the sannyasa stage of life. Abhay thus received the name A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. He spent his time in Vrindavan translating the Srimad Bhagavatam and writing more books. But it wasn't until 1965 when he took a great, risky journey on the ship Jaladatha to America. Without any money, knowledge of the region, or any company, he kept on chanting in the parks, where he attracted a group of young men and women in New York City. They started to pick up on the chanting of Hare Krishna and found a storefront on 26 2nd Avenue where classes, bhajans, and kirtans were held. In 1966, this meeting place became an institution the world would recognize as ISKCON. From then on, the Swamiji was fondly known as Srila Prabhupada. In the next decade, he traveled around the globe 12 times, country to country, city to city, creating nearly 108 temples over the world. In addition, he instituted devotional communities, farms, restaurants, and schools around the world. He initiated about 5,000 disciples. Srila Prabhupada also inspired the construction of several large international cultural centers in India, with the impressive headquarters at Sridhama Mayapur in West Bengal And in Vrindavan, the playground of Lord Krishna, over 5,000 years ago, the magnificent Krishna Balarama temple. There is also a major cultural and educational center in Mumbai. In 1975, on his only visit to South Africa, he instructed that a temple be built in the heart of Chatsworth. With a deep desire to fulfill their spiritual master's order, the devotees persevered and sought out the best materials for use in the construction. Marble tiles were shipped from Portugal and oak wood from Japan. Devotees engaged in every aspect of construction, from excavation, bricklaying, plastering, tiling, painting, to mirror work, intricate carvings, and gold leafing. Funds were raised from throughout South Africa. Finally, on the 17th of October 1985, 10 years after Prabhupada's visit, the Sri Sri Radha Radhanath Temple of Chatsworth was officially opened to the public. Situated approximately 20 kilometers south of Durban city centre, it has earned the reputation of being the most beautiful temple on the African continent, with over 2.5 million guests passing through its doors each year. The temple's design is a fusion of traditional and temporal, using ancient Vastu principles in a modern way. With its circles, triangles, squares and octagons, its moat of water and its lotus-shaped garden all having great inner significance and spiritual symbolism. In keeping with ISKCON temples throughout the world, there is a daily and a yearly calendar of events. In Chatsworth, temple worship commences at 4:30 a.m. every morning and ends at 8:45 p.m. nightly. On Sunday afternoons at 4 p.m., a special program includes a discourse from Bhagavad Gita as it is, questions and answers, and cultural entertainment, followed by a traditional ISKCON love feast. The Vaishnava festivals are observed with great pomp and splendor, the most prominent of which is Shri Krishna Janmashtami, appearance of Lord Shri Krishna, where over 10,000 guests converge upon the temple to offer worship, participate in ceremonies, enjoy the cultural entertainment program, and relish Krishna Prasadam, the food offered to the Lord. Janmashtami commemorates the earthly appearance of the avatar Lord Krishna over 5,000 years ago. It is a day of deep spiritual renewal and celebration that effectively finishes an old year and begins a fresh one. Similarly, during the Ram Navami festival, the appearance day of Lord Rama is celebrated. Vaishnavites believe that incarnations of God manifest themselves upon the earth to execute special divine activities, or Leelas. Another big event is the famous Ratha Yatra, or Festival of Chariots. Ratha Yatra originated 5,000 years ago in India, on the east coast state of Orissa, in a city called Jagannath Puri. The festival celebrates Lord Krishna's return to Vrindavan and is held annually in India during the months of June-July to honor Lord Jagannatha, which means Lord of the Universe. Lord Jagannatha is a particular deity from Lord Krishna, fashioned from neem wood and brightly painted. The canopied chariots are decorated with flowers and brightly colored ornaments are pulled with long, thick ropes by thousands of people. The chariots are accompanied by a procession of devotees who ecstatically dance and chant the Lord's holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The first time the Festival of Chariots was performed outside of India was on July 9, 1967 in San Francisco, under the supervision of Swami Prabhupada. When Srila Prabhupada visited Durban, South Africa, in 1975, he expressed two desires for this city. One being that a beautiful temple be built in the heart of Chatsworth, and that the ancient Festival of Chariots take place on Durban's beachfront. Today, both these desires have been realized. In 1974, Srila Prabhupada was looking out from his room at ISKCON's temple in Mayapur, West Bengal, when he noticed a group of village children fighting with street dogs over scraps of food. Shocked and saddened by what he saw, Srila Prabhupada turned to his disciples and said, "Imagine how hungry they are. God is the Father. Wherever there is the Father, the children should not be hungry." A temple therefore means free food distribution. No one within a 10-mile radius of our temples should go hungry. I want you to begin distributing food immediately. Srila Prabhupada exhorted his yoga students to liberally distribute sanctified food so that there would be no hungry people anywhere in the world. The students enthusiastically complied, and so began what was then called ISKCON Food Relief. Their first humble efforts soon blossomed into the world's largest vegetarian food relief program. Known today as Food for Life and acting as an independent, non-sectarian charitable service, the program has expanded to 170 services in 65 countries. In total, Food for Life has distributed more than 750 million meals since its inception more than 30 years ago, an equivalent to 1 meal every 2 seconds served daily. Food for Life South Africa provides hunger relief to about 4,000 school children each day in KwaZulu-Natal alone, with food lovingly prepared in a divine atmosphere of worship and offered with love to address the hunger of the stomach and to quell the thirst of the heart and soul. In fact, a vegetarian diet by all devotees is encouraged. Moreover, initiated ISKCON devotees are expected never to eat meat, never to indulge in illicit sexual behavior, never to indulge in drugs or alcohol, as well as not to gamble. Many believe that Srila Prabhupada's most significant contributions were his books. His writings have been translated into over 50 languages. Within the final 20 years of his life, Prabhupada translated over 60 volumes of classic Vedic scriptures, such as Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam, into the English language. For their authority, depth, and clarity, his books have won praise from professors at colleges and universities, and his Bhagavad Gita, as it is now available in over 60 languages around the world. The Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, established in 1972 to publish the works of His Divine Grace, has thus become one of the world's largest publishers of books in the field of Indian religion and philosophy. On November 14, 1977, while in Vrindavan, Srila Prabhupada passed away, fulfilling the dream of his guru. In his honor, a great samadhi was created for him at the ashram, providing solace to the thousands of Hare Krishna devotees that flock there every year. Before he passed away, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, had watched ISKCON grow into a worldwide confederation of ashrams, schools, temples, and institutes, propagating the teachings of Lord Chaitanya for Krishna Consciousness through a mood of devotion, of love, nay of ecstasy, for the Supreme Person, Sri Krishna.